There's a common misconception that investing is a rich man's game. Well, I'm here to challenge that theory and state that it is completely false. Let me tell you the story of a janitor who retired with over $8 million to his name. Ronald Reed was a normal guy on paper. He had a normal job that paid a normal salary. So, how exactly did he manage to have millions stashed away for retirement? Ronald didn't do this with a high income or inheritance. No, he achieved his fortune through decades of investing consistently. Time in the market plus compound interest ultimately led to millions of dollars in retirement, even while working as a janitor. The key takeaway here is that your income should not be the deciding factor of whether you should invest or not. A more important measure would be to consider your time horizon. And if you're in your 20s or 30s watching this right now, you have decades in the market that you could be missing out on by waiting until you have more money to invest. So that's precisely what I'm going to talk about today. Exactly how compound interest works, why waiting to invest could cost you millions in retirement, and exactly how I would invest $100 today if I were starting from scratch. So buckle up and let's get into it. Compound interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world. And once I walk you through exactly how it works, you'll understand why. Let's use a simple example. Say you invest $100 today at an average 8% annual return, which is a reasonable historical average for the stock market. That $100 becomes $108 after 1 year. Simple enough, right? But here's where it gets interesting. You see, in year 2, you're not earning an 8% off of your original $100. You're earning 8% off of $108. So by the end of year 2, your account's now sitting at $116.60. That might not seem like a big deal yet. But now imagine you're not just investing $100 once. You're investing $100 every single month. After 10 years at that same 8% return, you've put $12,000 into your account. But the value of your account is closer to $18,000. After 20 years, you've contributed $24,000. However, your account now sits at around $59,000. And after 30 years and $36,000 contributed, your account is well over $150,000 in value. That's the avalanche. It starts slow and really slow. I mean, ask any other investor in this niche right now. They will say the beginning is rough because you're not seeing any improvements to your account. It's pretty much just what you're contributing. But after a while, your money starts making more money than you are. That's the moment compound interest takes over. That's the moment your money is working for you while you sleep. And that's the goal. And the only way to get there is to start. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Okay, but I'm not 20. Is it too late for me? So stick with me because the answer might actually surprise you. Here's a quick exercise you can do. Take your current age and subtract it from 59 and a half. That's the age you can access your retirement accounts penalty free. Whatever that number is that you get, that's how many years of compound interest you have available to you right now before you can access those funds. So say you're 24 years old like me. That's 35 years in the market before I can access the funds. If you're 34, that's 25 years. And if you're 44, that's still 15 years in the market. Every year you wait is a year of compound growth you can't get back. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this because the most common thing I hear is, I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I pay off this loan. I'll start when things settle down. There's always going to be a reason to wait. You're going to be waiting on that perfect moment. But here's the thing. There's never going to be a perfect moment. You just need to start. Ronald Reed didn't wait for the perfect moment. He just started. And then he kept going. It's not too late no matter where you're starting from. Yes, the younger investor definitely has the advantage of time. And while the best time to start investing was yesterday, the second best time to start is right now. All right, so you're bought in. You want to start. But what does actually investing $100 look like? Let me show you exactly what I would do. The first thing that I would tell you when it comes to investing is that you need to become an educated investor. And the easiest way to do that is probably to read The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. This book is perfect for anyone new to investing. It goes over everything you need to know. But I'm going to try it and summarize exactly what I would do as simple as possible. Personally, I run a 70-30 split. 70% goes into VOO, which tracks the S&P 500. What is the S&P 500, you might be asking? The S&P 500 is a stock market index fund that tracks the performance of approximately 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the United States. And it's generally the measure people use to gauge how well the stock market is doing. The other 30% that I would invest would go into QQQ, which tracks the NASDAQ 100. The NASDAQ 100 is a stock market index comprised of the 100 largest non-financial companies, and most of these are tech-based. Think of companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. So those are the two that I would invest in personally. 70% into VOO, which is a self-cleansing stock. It tracks the S&P 500, and as companies rise and fall out of that 500 range, VOO drops them accordingly and picks up the new ones. So all you have to do is invest in the fund, and then it automatically gets rid of the companies that are underperforming, and it picks up the new companies that are doing better. Now, I would also put 30% into QQQ because I believe tech and AI still has so much growth potential and is nowhere near its peak. So to be a smart investor, you need to know exactly what funds you're investing in. But if you want to be a simple investor, picking a low-cost index fund like VTI, which offers a small slice of every publicly traded company, might be the choice for you. It all ultimately depends on your risk tolerance, and everyone's situation is different. Now that's my split, and it reflects my situation. I'm 24, I don't have a mortgage, I don't have kids. My risk tolerance is high because my time horizon is long. That's why I'm not into bonds, which are primarily used to maintain wealth, and I'm not in dividend funds, which primarily are used to generate income. My sole goal right now is for growth. I understand my allocation may be more volatile, but with my time horizon, that is a risk I'm willing to take. Your split might look completely different depending on a few factors, such as your age, your goals, and your risk tolerance. And that's okay. Everyone is in a different situation. But once you have that split, here's what you're going to do. You're going to automate it. I invest every single Monday. It's a one-time setup, and then the money is automatically deducted from my account and automatically invested into the percentages of those funds that I've selected. Automation beats manual investing every single time, because if you have to do it manually, you're gonna forget. We're all human, we all make mistakes. And the other factor is that it takes emotions out of it. If you're manually investing every single week and you see that the stock market is up one day and then it's down the next, you might be hesitant to put the money in. But here's the thing, we all know what works. Time in the market is gonna beat everything in the end. So you need to just set it up once, have it automatically pull those funds, and automatically invest for you. It takes away the emotion and keeps the good habit going. You have to think about it like that. You're setting up a good habit that automatically happens every single week without you even thinking about it. Imagine if you could automate going to the gym and you didn't have to think about it, it just happened and you got the results without even thinking about it. Everyone would do that. You have to think about investing in this way. Stop waiting until you have more money, start with what you have, set your split, and automate it. You can always increase how much you are investing later. What's more important is to get the ball rolling now and let compound interest do what it does. Ronald Read didn't have a secret. He didn't have a fund manager or a high salary or insider information. He had time and he used it. You have time too. Stop waiting until you have more money. Start with what you have, figure out your split, and automate it. If you're interested in joining a community of people taking steps to improve their lives, join the Discord. It's linked in the description. I truly appreciate all of the support on the videos, guys. You guys are the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.